What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this week we're going to be continuing our Let's Build a Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach in Minecraft. This is episode number 37 and we're live and I'm dying. Hello, Chris. Not actually. I'm okay. So ignore the lawnmower in the background. That's my PlayStation if you can hear it. Hello, Breathman. Hello, Joblima. I had a comment recently. I forget who it was. If they show up, hi, but stop dying. I'm trying, T-Jock. I'm trying. Also, weren't you just streaming? Did you just end? Because I saw you were when I got on. Anyway, I had a comment asking if I could work on prize counter or if I could do prize counter, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it a little bit in the next stream. So we're gonna start with that. If I could find security rush. It isn't on the front page unless I might have just missed it. I just missed it. It was the second game. God. Just ended before I started. Sick. Hello, Beaks. Hello, Horrorthon. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Ender. Yeah, retract that first one. I saw both. You can't hide from me. Hello, Huggy. I don't know why. I just, like, paused for a sec. I saw your name and I was like, wait. Good, Rez. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hello, Michael. So I have to get there in the game. I haven't done anything on this project since last time, but I have been working on a couple other things. I'll mention one of them later, because I think it'll be funny to just casually mention. Actually, I'll casually mention both of them and just, you know, never mention them again. You don't like the uppercase? I, for some reason, like, not for general texting, but, like, whenever I am doing anything, I like uppercase font for, like, logos and stuff. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what specifically about it makes me like it more. But I don't know. There's something about having it for, like, text in thumbnails and stuff like that that I just like better than even formal capitalization where you capitalize, like, every word except for, like, of and stuff for some reason are just special. Oh, let me catch up on chat. Have fun, T-Drag. It's not that hard. I figured it out in not that long of time. Hi, Harris. House or hotel room? Those are two very different things. Kind of watching Old Alpha 1 and Pre-Alpha. Nice. Sounds like a fun time. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. Some of them are nice, some of them are not. But I mean, I think for me, as I move forward and, you know, change my building style, I will look at those old things and think they're trash, even if other people don't think the same. It is good to know you obviously don't hate them, but, you know, sometimes I'll see them and I'm like, the hell was I thinking, you know? Just kind of how it is. Okay, so Nathan did a lot of this, I know. I don't really think I'll need to change much. He did this little corner here, and I think he did this, but I am going to change this to match the others, because I do have... Did I change them to fence? Hold on, let me just break through the door real quick. Yes, I did change them to fence. Okay, I wasn't sure if I did or not, but I did. So yeah, I don't hate the design. I just, you know, I do have a way. Your laptop charger got screwed. Oh my! You could get a new one probably. So unless you like painted over the whole thing, there should be a model number on it somewhere, or maybe even on your laptop that you could use. But that sucks. Built off of one house into the custom player house. So the small house Nikki gets annoyed about. Nice, nice. For those of you who are on one of the Twitches, it was YouTube time recently. If you don't follow Twitch, please go follow. Generally, Twitch streams are late at night. There will be one tonight, by the way. Probably, unless something catastrophic happens. But I did a thing where I was doing the Hello Neighbor houses off of memory, and it was Act 1, 2, and Alpha 1. My Alpha 1 was actually awful. I did not even get close to correct, but Act 1 and Act 2 were pretty good. It might be because it's not, unless you have the same laptop, it might just be because it is a different, like, kind. Because I would imagine they're not all the same size. But I don't know, I'm not particularly a laptop user. That plant in the corner. What did I do for those? I feel like it's just a crimson, like a... There's one over here. I know exactly where one is. Because of the lobby tutorial. Thanks, lobby tutorial. Yeah, it's just... Okay, so it's a moss block surrounded by crimson trapdoors. Yeah, I really am gonna generally try to keep, like, especially Nathan, I know you've done a lot in this world. I'll try to keep your stuff the same, but stuff like this to where, you know, I do have a design, I will make it that. I don't hate the checkered there. Do I want to push you out so I can do that, though? Yeah, I think so. Make a ruin. That's kind of a later conversation. I would like to get through Monty Golf and Daycare before I even think about that. And I haven't even started Monty Golf. How do you make your OBS not laggy as hell? Do you have it on game capture or, like, window capture? Just a minor question. I don't know if that affects it very much, but I'd be on game capture because that's what I use. It is a little bit annoying picking up Minecraft, but... Actually, this curves, or slants, I guess, rather. Is that good? Yeah, that's a perfect slant, I think. And then I'm guessing it's the same on the other side, but I'm not over there, so... Same bearing, but not exact same as... Here's a calculator on the right side, and it's larger. Yeah, I feel like it would have too, surely. Okay, you didn't do anything over here, did you? You added a random magenta concrete. Absolutely, yeah, I'm just kidding. Good lord, I apologize. I don't know why I always have this problem. I finished Baldi's Basics, so that's tutorial ready now. I know that's random because I barely even mentioned that it was a thing, but it is done and ready. So I don't want to say get hyped for that because, you know, I'm not quite there yet, but you know, that's something to look at in the near future. And what was the other thing I did? There was something else, wasn't there? Maybe not. I thought there was that I could mention. There was something else I did, but I can't tell you for legal reasons. As in, you don't get to know. Those are my legal reasons. Hello, Just J Arts. I recognize you. You're in Piano server, aren't you? Or Life and Foundation? What has been the most fun part to build? None of them, no. Trying to think. Faster Blast was pretty fun for a while until it wasn't. Atrium might honestly take it. Like, Atrium was genuinely enjoyable for me. Hello, Raylan. Made a ruin game Minecraft. Beta with vibrant visuals and it said error cringe. It is up to where it connects, Chris. That should tell you all you need to know without actually saying what it is. But it's up to where it connects. I think. I might go... Well, I'm going to get 2 there for sure, but I don't know if I'm going to include that area. You are in Piano server? Hell yeah. It's always cool seeing people from there in here. That makes sense. Wait, this wall isn't real. I don't think... Is it real? Wait, hold on. I'm lost in the saws. Yes and no. Okay, no, it is real. I just... Where would it be? It's behind the middle of the elevator. So yeah, it does need to be a few more blocks back, and I think in as well. That pillar to this one, yeah, that's not a gap, like, at all. I'll go, like, there? I'm not gonna curve that the rest of the way. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, I don't want to redo this entirely. I feel bad. Such a fun build. Atrium might actually be, like, the most enjoyable. I'm interested to do Monty Golf once I can get there. Only for Aquam Basement members only. Well, it has been starting to release public. It's an early access thing. Yeah. You guys also may have noticed, I did have somebody in my server actually point this out and was asking about it, but Batum is been started, tutorial-wise. I know you probably, a lot of you may not have even known I made Batum unless you're in the my Discord. And I did post it in pianos, I guess, as well, but yeah. So that should be soon. I won't tell you when. I know when, but I won't tell you when because I'm just evil. Thank you. Just J Arts. Says display capture. I have it as game. Go do the little plus and do game. For Minecraft, for some reason, you'll notice it's like mode and window. It has to be capture specific window, and then window is, you know, Minecraft. I don't know why it's like that, but I would love it like a multiplayer security breach. That'd be pretty cool. If I do panels of 3, there's 4 panels. I guess at the end actually, but doesn't that wall slanted something? Yes and no. Nathan, I'm sorry. I am gonna scrap this, I think, because your scaling's a little small, it feels like. And I don't want to... I know if I tweak it, I'm gonna just absolutely, like, explode. And it's not gonna work the way I want it. So I'm just gonna start from nothing. I'll leave your sun pixel, right? Never created neighborhoods and mods and stuff, and you play with friends. That's pretty cool, yeah. I haven't really explored the modded game all that much. What am I stuck on? Oh, there's a little thing. It's like a pathway here that I somehow got into. Where is 0.5 player house tutorial? That house is like 10 blocks. But in all seriousness, that house isn't particularly large enough for me to warrant that. I'm not saying it would never happen, I just don't really see it as a point of interest. Yeah, I'll leave the sun pixel because it works. I might birch the middle of his head, though. Hello, Lolly. And then these 2 as well. Yeah, that works. Not opposed to that. I actually might make this like a strip mangrove to make it different. Kind of looks like he's wearing a choker now, but it's fine. The neck ruffle is basically a choker. Allow transparency and limit frame rate and more. I don't remember all that. I'm sorry. Hello, DC Plays. For now, I am just building it, but eventually I do hope that most of these sections will get tutorials. Yes, that is the long-term plan. 7, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be there. Do I want to push you over a block then? Yeah, I can. This one, yes. Well, most of them, yes, I guess I'll just say. Let me remove this because it's triggering my OCD a little bit. Yeah, most of them, yeah, I do plan on doing... or publishing, rather. One should be soon. I'm waiting on, I don't know if I want to even wait on it, but I am waiting on one little thing for me to finish in order to upload MHH, which is the main one, which is, you know, Poppy Playtime, Indigo Park, etc. Why is there a... oh, that's probably a balloon. The map of your own made it to Chapter 2's game station so far. Nice, nice. Yeah, Chapter 2 is something. It isn't the worst. Oh my god, wait, there's like no space back there. Why? Alright, here's what we're actually gonna do then. I'm gonna move you in a block so it is just one block of space, and then I'm gonna wall this corner so it's a little bit angled. Because it is angled in the game. We're in the future. I would like to do Ruin, yeah. That is kind of going... I think I'm going more towards that style of building anyway, with the Playtime co-exterior being insanely textured. But yeah, I just want to be further in this. Gonna be up in your grandfather's unit to load the ice cream mixes and get your haircut, but you're gonna keep a mustache? Hell yeah. Gotta have a little mustache at least. Come on now. What the hell is this sun? Oh, he's just standing. Okay, he's not sitting. I thought he was like sitting on air. I was gonna like lose my marbles, but no, he's just chilling. How do I even make that? Just build repo. I want to build the truck. I keep being like, yeah, I'll build the truck, and then I just never do. So, yeah, I'll get there eventually, hopefully. No, it should be a block lower. Bottom the what now? Brilliant. Using both palettes, except for brick, change terracotta to exposed copper. I think I also actually used exposed copper on mine. Now that you say that, I was like, I wasn't particularly thinking hard. But yeah, it is also a good one. That looks so weird, but I'm gonna leave it because it's funny. Minecraft and Minecraft. I need the cage when it comes out. It's kind of a decision I'll make based on how the game looks, you know, and that's kind of what I've been saying about HN3 as well. I don't want to, like, be like, oh yeah, I'll absolutely build it. If it becomes a game that's unreasonably sized for something I want to build, you know? But that is absolutely something I'm looking at as a potential. But it all depends on how Badam's tutorial does once that comes out. What is this? What am I looking at? Like in the game, not this game, the security breach game. What the hell is this ceiling? This is okay, this isn't quite slanted like this. It is a little bit, but it's like there's like layers. I don't even understand what I'm looking at anymore. Don't kill Sun. Sun's a nice guy. Learn how to use a command block to teleport to the Atrium basement. I probably should have done something about that, huh? I could do a teleport video. I still want to do a structure block. Not structure block. Structure void 1 and slash fill ones. I was going to do them a couple days ago, but refresh Walmart took me an hour and a half. Actually, almost 2 hours because of a couple complications, which I might rant about in a second because it is kind of funny. And then... Is that okay? Wait. Yeah, that's okay. Blue terracotta is throwing me off, but I'm gonna leave it. I feel like it should be purple, but purple's too bright at the same time. But, and then I did Badam yesterday, started it. So, I just, like, didn't end up doing the other thing. Go down to there, and then it'll go across. It's so weird. Like, I don't understand what I'm looking at. And then this is just a perfect diagonal until it eventually hits the top. Which would be there, I guess. Unless I wanted a block higher. Do I want it a block higher? Maybe. And my only reason for that is I might want this gap to be less. What if I did this in theory? Is that weird? That's totally weird. What if I pulled that out a block there as well? I don't know if I want to do that. I don't hate the idea of the two diagonal. It's not the worst thing I've done, but I also feel like it would make more sense to just pull the ceiling up a block at that point and do it like this. And then it also gives me more room for the goofy poster. Oh yeah, and then the splendid news of the ceiling also arching up after a bit of time with the blue, which also makes the magenta in turn keep going. Like, what? Who made this, and when were they like, yeah, this is a great idea, guys. We really did well with this ceiling. Why? That is good, Horror-thon. I'm glad to hear that. Download or export? Export. You can download it, but that's so much extra work, like, honestly. What is that roof? I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not sure what I'm looking at myself. And then there's, I'm assuming it does the same on the other side, but then again, it is another layer where it goes up. So, just hope and prayers at this point. But, yeah. I've mentioned this before. I think. Maybe I haven't, but I've thought about it before. That's definitely the same thing as mentioning it. But you guys have probably noticed at this point, the tours for some of the new maps have kind of just been releasing, so do keep an eye out for Bottoms, because I may or may not know when it comes out. I can't tell you that legally. I mean, I can legally tell you that, but why would I? Okay, and then beyond you is where the wall slants that way, so I'll just destroy the rest of this. Hello, Goose. That is, like, funny. I didn't think it would actually... Well, I guess because members still can be seen by the public. Members-only videos. But I was, like, thinking it wouldn't show up for you until I released it publicly. But I guess if it... Because private videos wouldn't, in theory, stay pirate? What? Private most of the time, and, you know, members-only videos might. Now, why would I do that, Nathan? Moon knew it was past your bedtime, Huggy. He was just putting you to sleep. Mind that half the stuff in SB got cut out of the game? For real. But I mean, also, like, it isn't really Seal Wool's fault if you've heard the whole spiel about them having, like, just not being told anything from Scott. The wall looks blue here because of the light, but, like, unless it gradients into that, it isn't actually blue, and I'm being scammed. So we'll go flat there, and then would it go further a block? Like, yeah, but no. I don't think it makes sense to. And then what do I want the doorway to be? Well, I might want to figure out the ceiling space. I'm gonna do member shout out real quick. I was trying to do that a second ago and I got distracted. Thank you too. Rachel Thurman, the Georgie Bros, Not Dreamy, Metro Shulker, Tiffany Dornhecker, Max, Hoverthon, Scribbled On, RN Gaming, John, I think Will Lindsay, Chris Slosky, Trip Bradshaw, Nate, Rose Russell, Bloodkiller, Vid Awesome, The Blueberry, Paz, Will, Howard, OMS Gaming, and Michael Marquise for being our however many members. Hello, ANP. I don't know what I was saying, Beaks, honestly. Random people build random things, so true. Besides LN2 and Poppy Playtime, what's my favorite build I've made? I might say Indigo Park. Indigo Park is one that I really enjoyed. Yeah, I think that's a fair one to mention. Or would you watch a Bottom Tour when you have the map memorized? I don't know why that took a second to sink in what you said. Wouldn't that wait, are you implying that you have my map memorized or that you have the, like, Bendy map in general memorized? Because those are two very different implications. And I just want to make sure that I'm on the same page here. I think the new leash update in Minecraft. I think it's cool. It definitely makes sense. Bendy map in general. Okay, that's not what I thought then. That's less concerning. I thought you were talking about my map specifically. I was going to be like, what? Okay, so the flat part is 5. I don't know if I agree with that. I should probably bring the magenta over and that'll help me here. Yeah, no, that's technically correct. I mean, I could... what could I do? Is there, like, an answer to this problem? Or is there just hope and pray? That is technically still an answer. Just not the answer I want. Well... No, it definitely shouldn't be 5. It should definitely be 4. I guess I could just make it a little bit more roomy back there. It's fine, whatever. Actually, this would stay. It would just go back another diagonal. That's how that would work. And then, yeah, that means 4, and I would probably do 7 tall with that, right? That makes sense? Yeah, and then 7 tall would be, like, 4 wide, I would suggest. I don't really know. And then this side does not have the gray. There's a game today, sick. Memorize my public play timeout? That's crazy. Well, obviously, Chris, but I mean, I guess I have kind of memorized it. It's not like perfect. I couldn't tell you every little detail, but like, I memorized a good bit of it. As you do make games, you definitely improve your understanding of them. And how the layout of them is. Okay, and then the ceiling slants up for some reason before the door. What are we doing? Like, honestly, what are we doing here, guys? What is this? That's fine. Yeah, let me know, Nathan. If you can. Because obviously the world isn't open, so I'll have to invite you. I'm trying to build Choo Choo Charles. That is like a little bit too much terraforming for my brain. The curtain is red. It looks darker than that, but when you shine your flashlight on it, you can see it's red. I didn't mean to get out slime blocks. I would like definitely some yellow walls, yeah. I use endstone brick as yellow or sandstone depending on how I'm feeling. Build old ones and new ones, see how cool it is. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I've done some comparison stuff. Ooh, that looks rough. I've done some comparison stuff before, and it is always kind of cool to see. Red nether brick. I know it's darker than I would probably like, but it'll give me that kind of wavy look. Yeah, that's fine. I don't like that it's uncentered, but not really much I can do there. Favorite old build before remake HN? That's interesting. I would say like probably old sister location. At the time of making that, I thought that thing was the best like build to ever exist. Obviously, that turned out to not be true, as I just remade it 10 times better later, but... oh, wait, that is... Did I just, like, invert my... I just inverted my problem. God. How do I fix this? Is it symmetrical? Other than that, is the wall symmetrical? No, it's just not. Okay. At least I tried. Any chance I could make that diagonal different? And then, I mean, that wouldn't give me enough blocks in theory on its own, but what do I need here? Let's think about this logically. So, how far back can I push this is the other question. It's behind the elevator entirely, which would mean I could have it here. Now... Is this wall double-sided? Hold on. It is double-sided. Which would also, in theory, mean I could have the spruce wall, like, off the back of it. Like this. And I could get away with that. Obviously, that still isn't enough space as it is, but I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm just worried about trying to give myself as much space as possible. So I think looping chapter 3 is like the school to playhouse or home sweet home will be hard. Yeah, I mean, hello, Lefty. I think the chapter 2 ones weren't that bad. So, like, I am hoping the 3 ones, but also the 3 ones are so much longer. I mean, you don't have to worry about the school one, school to playhouse, because you come out the slide anyway. So, like, as long as you don't run back into the build, it doesn't matter. But also, presumably, it might not even line up any... Well, it's hard to say. Like, I think, yeah, it wouldn't necessarily line up, but at the same time, probably it would. Forgot to finish a sentence, classic. Different types of grates besides copper grates. Monster spawners kind of are the other grate, honestly. Like, you got that, you got mangrove roots that would work, you have iron bars, even, like, oak and iron trapdoors would work. There's a lot of options, I think, for that. Even if you wanted to do, like, rails or something with barriers underneath, you could get away with that reasonably. Okay, can I make like, this any smaller? I might have to change the pixel art so it's thinner. That might be helpful, because if I can make that wall 5 rather than 7, then that would be cool. Yeah. Won't be better necessarily, but it'll be smaller, and that's the only thing that matters right now. When you build Act 1, because it's cool. Figure the normal house except for the hole in the roof. Yeah, I mean, if you just remove the hole, it's kind of a basic house. I would live there. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Because I'm trying to figure out how to keep him as small as possible while also not going too small, obviously. I'll do yellow. And then I'll do a birch. And then I'll go birch. Birch, yellow, yellow, maybe? That just looks like a stick. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go clay, 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 clay. I feel like I should do one more there. Actually, that arm goes up, wait. So I need to do it like that. Good lord, okay. And then I am gonna change this block to probably just a birch. Honestly, whatever. He did become a pencil, yes, but that does save me how many blocks in theory if I put you... Could I put you there and get away with it? I totally could, actually. We squeezing. That sounds weird. Hello? Hello? I got it. There we go. I did have it for a sec, and then it just, like, went away. It went bye-bye. Okay, that saves me 2 whole blocks. And then if I make the shelves 4, that saves me a 3rd block. And then if I... Wait, can I put you in another block, too? And then go bam, bam, bam. There was apparently already not one over there. Okay. It is a little extreme, but we'll mark it all first now. We've learned the hard way. What did I just say? Would you rather work for bigger bodies at Playtime Co., Nightguard at FNAF 1-6, or artist at Joey Drew Studios? I feel like the bigger bodies should be the most likely to get killed, honestly. Without a doubt. So I'd probably go... I feel like the artist would be the best. I mean, you would get trapped in that, but like... that also too left him. Hello, yellow whale. Oh my god. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. I'm not familiar. Good lord. I'm not familiar with what that is, Country Ball. But I can look into it for sure. That one's thinner, right? Yeah. And then it go blam. I mean, that works. Like, it absolutely works. Now let me mark out this wall just to kind of see. PetSmart. I know I made one. I'm trying to think if I made two or not. I think I only made the original one, which is old at this point. It'll be a fun one to revisit, I think, though. So that might be fine. I'm not really sure. I also might make the black concrete here black stone or skulk. Those are kind of my two options. Oh right, there's the stone. Because the other texture that's the same, point and case, was made black stone over here. You know, like e-export. What did it do, D-Jock? Probably a Florida thing, which is a store that buys things from other stores. Other stores don't want and marks them down. Interesting. It's like an old, like, vintage store. There's like vintage toy stores and stuff that do that, or like even GameStop does that kind of. Not from other stores, but. The name of all the smiling critters. How many are there? Give me the number, and I'll probably be able to name them all. I just like I know if I try to go off the top of my head, I'm gonna miss one or something. So I want a number. Is it just 8? Okay. One sec. We're gonna mark this. Ready? We got Catnap, Dog Day, Crafty Corn, Bubba Bubba Picky Piggy. Oh, I should know the other 3. Oh my god. Oh, I got 5. Kickin' Chicken. Oh yeah, true. Hoppy Hopscotch and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bobby Bear Hug. Can't believe I didn't get that one. I love Bobby Bear Hug. Bobby Bear Hug and Crafty Corner are like my favorite too. Manliest ones I know. Okay, so from the other side of this. So that's crazy saying the love bear you want to bang. That is insane, Lefty. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, should you build a new Minecraft city? Build like something big, like an airport or like a stadium. Hello, FNAF and Chicken Jockey. Processing abandoned video is too long. What? T-Jock, that's a channel problem. That's not a Twitch thing. You need to probably verify your account. I think. If I remember needing to do that for decoration dudes way back when. That's probably your problem. Why is that another block? Why is it in? Why is it? Oh, wait, I can just do this. Easy solution to an easy problem. Why is the make a friend in my build not turned on? Why is it... Hold on, I need to process that because... You worded that sentence in a way that throws me off. Hold on. Why isn't it not turned on? So why isn't it... Wouldn't that mean why isn't it not... Or wouldn't that mean why isn't it... Why is it turned on? Yeah. What is going on, right? I was yours a FNAF fan. But I have it... Wait, that's just the top there. I have it... And whatever I have it just because I thought that made more sense. I think I have the eyes open, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. Are they not turned on? They technically are turned on, though, aren't they? Because the eyes are open. Or are they? No, I guess they aren't. No, yeah, okay, never mind. They aren't. I thought I had them open, but I'm wrong. Just kind of a design choice. There's really no way particularly to do it right or wrong, I don't think. Just whatever, but... I think because when I took the video, they were off, so I just used that rather than trying to use what I wasn't looking at instead, you know? Annoying section of Playtime Co. Exterior, including forest. And what is the most annoying section in Chapter 2? Chapter 2, I hated the, like, end area. All the mommy chase rooms, like, at the very end. Also the bay room. I don't know why I hated the bay room so much. I think because it's the last room and it's just really annoying. It's so pipey. But yeah, those are some honorable mentions for sure, I think. I can just remove all this, I guess. I'll leave the top because the diagonals technically are still there, I think. Yeah, just weird, but they're there. Build Great Wolf Lodge. I love Great Wolf Lodge. I've only been once, but I remember that one time, so surely that means it was good. But yeah, that would be a fun one. That's kind of a larger thing, though, that I feel like would be more so a let's build rather than a, like a city let's build or something, rather than a tutorial, just because of how big it is. Custom mod made. What would I want in it? I don't really know. Probably just like a bunch of modded monsters from games and stuff and like blocks for those games like FNAF and Little Nightmares and Poppy Playtime and things like that. Also, to answer the other half of your question, Chris, I would say the barn roofs were the most annoying. I hated texturing those. Hello, Di. I just got some chicken noodle soup. Oh, yeah. I think I've talked about it before, but yeah, I don't really want to have... I don't have interest in building the Minecraft movie because it's essentially just the same... It's just Minecraft in Minecraft, like, you know? It's just replicating it. It's not as creative as what I like to do. Like, I enjoyed something like this because I actually have to use my brain here rather than just looking at something and saying, like, yeah, that's about 2 blocks wide and copying it. How are the only colors to texture except parking lot and smokestacks are all bricks and yellow terracotta? Precisely. Will that rust? I don't... Is it rust or is it dirt? I assumed it was dirt. Like tractor supply? Yes, I did. Again, I'm trying to think... I think I only made one. And that one's also fairly old and not the greatest, but... It was made. I just love that giant box overhanging. See you later, FNAF fan. I was working the 3rd floor and roofs. Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't look like rust. And also, I don't... Well, I guess it could be the paint. Can paint rust? Paint rusts, right? Or am I stupid? Somebody snap me back to reality, please. I'm only gonna do the top. I might just leave it, that's fine. I think either way I'm losing there. Then that one is also just red. I'm stuck. I'm in the stupid thing again. It's the same one that's gotten me like 3 times. It's one of those little like... things to form the lines with, and I just keep running into it. It would take an extinction level event to stop this, like, just composing. Doughy was the extinction level event? Oh god. What the hell, Doughy? Actually, the magenta does go back. I was correct originally. At least there. The top is blue, but... Yeah, that's about what we're looking at. No comments. I actually can... Wait, I can push this down another block, actually. Because I just realized since I scrunched everything, I can scrunch this here. So I can move this over, like, 2 blocks or whatever it'll be. Let me just check. Paint chips? Yeah, but can it rust with that? Like, I know it chips. But the green glass look better, you should have green glass. Like terracotta. I think I'm just used to not seeing glass at all, which is why I was thrown off. I don't know. Obviously, at least for that build. It's not like I never use glass ever. Windows? What are those? Does sound like something I would do, though. I don't have the banner. Oh, I do have the banner. Would you look at that? I actually did something for once. Bloinkers, whatever that even means. I love just saying random things like that and just kind of rolling with it. Because, like, I don't think you guys know what I mean. I definitely don't know what I mean. So, like, it's kind of just like, yeah, that's a thing that just came out of his mouth. Don't know what it means, but it's a thing, you know? Like, there's no real logic to it. It's just a word. Or a sound. Paint can cause rust. Metal-based paint. I'm trying to if I ever get to see a new character. Okay, but Huggy wouldn't be new, still. But also with the way it's been going, yeah, we're gonna see something. I hope we see some, like, amalgamation. Seeing as how, spoiler alert, it's taking place in the labs, probably. Like, there's gotta be something, right? They can't just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in a laboratory and give you nothing. Like, there's gotta be some amalgamation of just combined parts of things. Like, almost like a Tangle in this game. That's the blobs. Oh yeah, blob, there you go. That's the blob's name though, right? Tangle? You buy into those curtains. Probably just like back rooms. Isn't the other side open? Hold on, the other side's where you come from, I think. I thought I just built everything backwards, but we're good. Yeah, the other side is where we come from, so it's probably just more back rooms, maybe storage or something, who knows. I don't get paid enough to know. I don't get paid anything. At least in this game. Could make a TSC tutorial. We could. I feel like I should remake mine too. I guess unrelated or whatever, but... Oh my god, wait, The slabs go all the way across on both sides, so these are just useless. Okay, well, I gotta go into crawl mode. I sure do love lag. Oh yeah, I got it. It didn't get that one. Okay, well, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Got it. Woo. As of right now, no max. Maybe eventually I'll pick it back up, but I just am not. Hold on, I'm focusing. I'm just like not at a point to where I really want to. I'd love to absolutely do like a full interior tutorial, but something I've never like actually done. You'd think I would have, but like I never have really taken a build from my city and just flip it into a tutorial. Wait, this does not go all the way up. It goes like 2 diagonals in and then like here it flatlines. Longhorn Steakhouse? Oh yeah, true. Forgot about that. It was one of those builds I like try-harded on the interior when I made mine. It's probably one that I wouldn't see getting a remake until refresh, obviously. If I can ever get that far. I don't really see myself getting that far in refresh. Okay, so ground is black, which means that's frogolites. Right? That would be how that would work. Do you keep going? You do keep going. And that spruce also is just like inside you. What? I didn't... No, I didn't mean it like that. I can't even deny it. I like never actually build the city builds based on my area. I'll just like look up an image and be like, okay. I just use whatever I find. There's a fortune spinner wheel. I've looked at this like 3 times, and I just am not sure how I want to make this. Is there anything like... anything wheel-esque? Like a glazed terracotta could work. But none of them are symmetrical enough for me. Because I would want it to be... I mean, if I made a 2x2, it would be, but... Follow Evil God. I'm gonna stare at this for way too long. Stare at the flashing lights. Is there like anything that's like... I might just go strip bamboo, honestly, and then just surround it in dark oak trapdoors. Like that. I might push you forward a block so I can actually do the one side as well. It's not high enough, though. What if I did do stairs? I don't want to do, like, blocks in a 2x2, but stairs would work. I have dark oak trapdoors twice. Brilliant. What if I go, like, mangrove and warped, and then I would need one more. Not this? No, that's too close. I could go smooth quartz. It's on the jackpot. That's funny, actually. I didn't even register that. Sure. Can't do the lights on the edges, which is fine. I might be able to do the sign. There's just gonna be 2 dark oak signs. Maybe I'll go trapdoors and put them on the front. mangrove buttons, perhaps? I just can't press those, but they're there. Don't press that button. Don't do it. And then there's a bunch of stuff back there. There's nothing on the other one, except for on the actual counter. There's a couple of like sun plushies. How can I make those? Conduits? I don't want them to glow like the sun, though. I mean, I could. It'd be funny, but... I'm trying to think if you would work. You could work. Not well, but you could. Piglin head would work. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I could even just Steve head. Brilliant. They're selling souls. What would like the original reaction be if you went to a like a place like this, you know, like the Pizzaplex or whatever, and the first thing you see is just like a person's head for sale. Like the oldest toy in Playtime Co. Huggy? If you're talking about Huggy, I like Huggy. Is it Huggy or Poppy? You ever plan to do anything with Java? I've done modded survival with horror mods. I did that last Halloween. But I'm not really huge with Java. It's not like they're different enough anyway for me to be like, yeah, I would rather do Java. But like if I did survival stuff, modded specifically, I would do Java again. There's a couple more horror mods I could play with that I'm thinking about doing a stream for. Can I make sure the right half of the wall is done? I mean, there's a sundraw poster. I could just get that out of the way. I'm gonna just start by filling it with a blank block so I can get the size right. I think that's good. But I don't know, just like shaders, that's fair. With vibrant visuals coming to Bedrock, though, I mean, you know, that kind of becomes the new shader, I feel like. No, I like the one row shorter. I feel like I have to sneeze. Like, just barely. It's like... just like, I don't know, tickling me. That sounds weird, but I didn't know any other way to describe it, so I'm gonna use that. Because it's also a little funny. It's not particularly good, but it works. I'm gonna add a little bit of light blue wool at the bottom here. Do I just make it all light blue wool at that point? I think that would kind of make more sense. Would also change up the texturing a bit. Yeah, that looks fine. Again, not the greatest thing I've ever made, but most of my pixel art isn't, which is why I don't think too hard about it, because I'm just going to accept the fact that it's not going to look particularly perfect and move on. Next pixel art. This one will literally probably just be a giant circle. Don't I act like the Nissan logo with this or something? I don't know, I think it's Nissan. It's a logo. What is it? Hold on. There should be one in here, I think, that's the same size. If I'm correct, that is embarrassing, actually. There's one on this wall, isn't there? Oh, that's 2x2. That's what I'm thinking of, though, for the logo. I was right. I'm just a block off from being right at the same time. Is there any 3x3s in this area? You're kind of a 3x3, except you're not. You're a 3x3. Okay, so it's a steering wheel. That's... I don't know if I think that's better or worse, to be honest. Do you line up? You kind of line up. You, like... Your lining up is not optimal, but it exists, so... Oh, I'm inside. Okay, so what was it again? A steering wheel or something? It was this, and then these two were open. I'm conflicted with that, honestly, Yellow Whale. I want to use them, and I'll definitely use them for some things, but I don't want to make them regular because, I don't know. They'd be more of like a viewing thing, but I also don't even know if I want to use them for map tours necessarily. I could do like, I guess I could do like a double where I show it once with vibrant visuals and once normally. That'd be kind of an interesting idea. It won't change block textures, but it will absolutely change the way everything looks, so... You know. It's still going to be a noticeable change, absolutely. I don't think you can get deny that. Oh my god, it's the spiky ones! They're back. How did I make it? Oh, it was buttons, wasn't it? It was buttons, and then... Oh wait, I would need 2 block gaps between them. Which also makes it line up better, which is kind of nice. Or FNAF speed by default. I feel like most of the time it will just be whatever. One map I'm really interested to see with the vibrant visuals is LN2. Like, when they come out, I'm gonna probably look at some of my projects. I'm gonna look at LN2, I'll look at some of the FNAFs probably, Poppy Playtime, and maybe some other mascot horror games. And maybe even just some basic tutorials, but LN2 is the one I'm definitely like... Definitely piqued my interest when I originally saw them, just to see what that map looks like. Because, you know, how much I put into that map. That one kind of works. Because the poster is blue. Are there any other 3x4s that would make sense? Not you. Yeah, you're just that one. Okay, are there only 2? Guys, I think there are only 2. Make a prediction. Chapter 5 will start with a tip about the factories closing. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I'm trying to like think if I have any even prediction, but like, or any logic that I could try to refute that with, but I got nothing. I don't mean to be a hater. I don't mean like in that way. I'm not like, yeah, I'm just trying to ruin your point, but like trying to think if there's anything that I could potentially think otherwise, but like no. Brightness, you almost got blind. My brightness is all the way up. Joke's on you. Okay, I don't really know what I'm looking at. These are some crazy items, by the way. What? There's no gray trapdoor. Iron is basically close enough to gray if you don't think about it too hard. Sure, whatever. The other 2 different. Yeah, they start higher. And then there's only 2. This one is like here, and this one's like here. I can't put anything on them because it would be inconsistent. Everything has been about a character. Yeah, but they could definitely make it about a character. Like, I could see it... No, my logic to agree with it, Chris, is the beginning of every chapter generally, like, we had the news article for 3, and I could absolutely see them making a news article about the factory closing because of a certain experiment or something. like that was discovered. You know, maybe it was Catnap or whoever. Obviously not Catnap because, well, we've already had a tape about him and he's El Bozo. But just kind of that's gonna be my example there. So I definitely think there is a real world where that is a tape, yeah. These are planets. How did I make it? Wait, hold on. There was one in Blast that I remember. I don't even know if I made it, actually, but I remember it's there. Which is all I need, surely? Okay, no, I did just make it with a fence and a concrete. Except I did dark oak fence, not nether brick, which I don't really care. It doesn't matter enough. There's some gold statues here, and I don't know how to make them. There's cardboard cutouts, which I'm just gonna literally put a banner on the wall and call it a day. There's two of them. It's Febby and Roxy. Toy Minkus Winkus has injured 15 kids, so Playtime Co is going bankrupt. Yeah, exactly. It's actually the tape I had in mind perfectly. They look like they're gold but wood. It's hard to explain. It's like a weird brassy color, but it's got like the wood carving lines on it. All of them do. Honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest here. If I can finish prize counter, which would include the employees only areas over here, I would absolutely just do like Atrium tutorial pretty much immediately, because then I would at least be able to do something directly off of that without having to wait again. Because I think I want one section done, as I was doing with Poppy Playtime's recording, chapter 2, but obviously that never ended up mattering because I finished the entire build in an absurdly quick amount of time. But I want to be one section ahead with the building before I start the section of the tutorial for it, if that makes sense. So, like, I want to have... For Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, I wanted to have Wacka-Wuggy, or not Wacka-Wuggy, Musical Memory done by the time I finished... Or by the time I started the Game Station first segment tutorial, and I wanted Wacka-Wuggy done by the time I started the Musical Memory tutorial, and etc. I think it's working. I might make the doors working, but that's as far as I would go. Beyond that, I don't really have any plans. Greenwood would solve that. Nah. Okay. I would have like a trim of gray carpet on here, but it's either like, that's the thing that I hate about detailing with counters sometimes, is you like have to pick one or the other. It either has to be the items on the counter or the carpet on the counter. You can't really do both unless like everything is full blocks, but generally it doesn't work that way, because why would it? You can sometimes get away with slabs, but generally not even. Huh, plushies. More plushies. Somebody knocked over Friday. That's definitely what I wanted. And then there's large ones, which I don't know how I want to do those. That's kind of why I didn't do them yet, is because I don't know how I'm going to do them. Remove you. hand to you maybe, and then I'll go... This isn't how they're gonna look finally. I'm just trying to get the position right. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna leave them. Just kidding. I'm not gonna leave them like that. They won't be particularly much more detailed, probably, but gotta at least give him like a hat. Come on now. I think the mini huggies are annoying. Mini huggies are annoying in Whack-A-Wuggy. And in Project Playtime when they still existed, apparently. That section got removed. What happens now, by the way? Does anybody know, like... Because I remember somebody saying in chat at some point that they removed the Whack-A... Or the feeding pit, I think is what it was called. What is it replaced with now? Like, do you just take a... Like, just take a health point? Hello, Alone. I never got into FNAF, and I mean, I like FNAF as a series, don't get me wrong, but I'm not into it enough to know all of the lore, you know? I'm not investing myself in watching a 30-hour video on the FNAF lore. Maybe someday. I feel like usually for me with game lore, I get what I can information-wise just from playing the games, but I'm not really going to go out of my way to watch theories. I've watched Poppy Playtime theories and Little Nightmares theories, but like beyond that, I really don't watch theories. There's a circus baby brush, which will probably just be a skeleton skull again. Okay. Oh wait, I need to... Purple? Yes, I need the purple. It's not what I meant, but it's what I said, so like, it's not wrong. Hello, Ganga. Okay, and then I'll go to... What am I feeling? Like the middle of that? Okay. That scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Boo. Ha, I bet I got you, Rose. Yeah. Honest information. By the time exterior to the world. That should be soon, hopefully. I don't really know when, but I'm excited for it too, I think. I didn't. No, I can hear the shaking through your message. I can hear your quivering in fear out of my boo. Out of my boo sounds a little different, but whatever. Imagine having typing the words right, loser. But yeah, I'm thinking right now as far as just getting things done. After Batum, I think Playtime Co. is the next one, honestly. But I might end up doing another segment of Chapter 2 first. It depends on how quick Batum goes, because I don't want to... this is so tight. That's what she said. I don't want to, like, go immediately... Or I don't want to stay off of Chapter 2 for too long, because I don't want to catch up with the uploads. Because you figure, if I take 2 weeks to do Batum, I mean, I guess if I take 2 weeks, Musical Memory will just be starting. But I don't want to I don't want to really be that far. Like, I don't want to even have musical memory started, I don't think, in order for me to want to record Batum. Just because it's going to mess with my numbers and stuff. I might not do anything else than that. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's close enough. And it kind of lines up with the sea lanterns over here. So, like, I'm just going to do the thing on the other side and then go from there. Benny and the Ink Machine is what Batum is. Which is the, I'd say, next major tutorial. Wait a darn diddly second here. Hold on. That's interesting. I don't really know how to feel about that, actually. How does one go about that? So, okay, this ceiling level is what needs to be here. I think you can see what the problem is. I get away with a couple blocks, for sure. It doesn't have to be straight on it, but... Here, I'm gonna do something bold. I'm gonna make this flush. Right, because that's 2. It would be 2 then. Yeah, I don't... wait, let me check the inside. Welcome back, Horror-thon. Welcome back, Beaks, as well. I don't know. I mean, because I can replace the... Wait, no, I could just do this, couldn't I? I could just bring you up another row. That does become questionable, because that technically means I'm not using the correct block. Unless I do one of these. Hold on. It doesn't even necessarily need to be in line with that. I mean, it does, I guess, at the end, but... And then if I do 2 rows there, then bam, it lines up. And then I can actually add a row of blackstone walls on either side here, which will give me that kind of arch I'm looking for. And I could actually make U walls, couldn't I? Well, I mean, that'd be gappy, and I don't like that. Hello, Peter. Drew across one missing Springtrap. Yo. I suck at drawing, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that is epic. That's higher! Wait a minute. Right? That looks definitely higher. Can we get much higher? Yes, it is higher. How much higher? 2 blocks or 1? It's not that much higher. But it's definitely higher. What if okay, this could be questionable, but you're gonna have to not trust the process, because I'm not trusting the process either. Unless you want to, then absolutely go for it, but you have been warned. What did I say? I don't know what I said. And then, as for this side, I might take you off a couple more blocks. Because you should be shy of the elevator. Are you shy of the elevator? You are. The other side should technically also be, but I'm not as concerned about that. Can I do anything about that? You line up, right? No, you don't. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so the entrance of the elevator is there, which would be here. 54. 55. So this does beg the interesting question. What was I on when I made this? And why? Okay, dogs again. It didn't scare me that time, but they still went off. Literally automatic doorbell. Sometimes it's nice. But that sometimes is barely. Ever. Hello, Sherry. Drawing is that hard. I don't have the patience to draw more than a stick figure. Which is funny when I'm here moving an elevator by a single block, just because I want it to line up better. But it's kind of beside the point. I mean, no, it's besides the point. I will stay true to that. Okay, so now it should line up, right? Surely. If I break down here, it's that row, yes. Oh, it was lined up with that. It wasn't lined up with the hole. Okay, that's dumb. Like, yeah, that's dumb either way. Because what the hell is this for? Why do we have two elevators going here? That's my follow-up question. So the door is there. Actually, it might have been lined up. It just wasn't ideally lined up. What is this? 3? Okay, it's 3. Yeah. That's strange. So we're on Eclipsed Rend for the past hour or so. Why are you going Eclipsed Rend? And how have you been there for an hour, actually? Okay. I could push this out a block. That doesn't really help me, though, does it? Well, it'd be even with the thing at that point, which is kind of cool. But also it wouldn't help enough, so I'm just going to leave that. That's fine. And then this means this can change a little bit. When I say a little bit, I generally just mean I can actually add a layer the way that I wanted to, rather than what I was stuck on. Okay, so now, I mean, not do it, just do a 360. Oh, yeah. Okay, so have a layer of blackstone around. If I push you in, that gets 4, which is a little bit too tight, I think. Well, yeah. The corner of that should be the end of that, pretty much. Or the front of that, which is not true, but... Can I actually do anything with this? I mean, I could replace you. Hold on. This is really a situation of how inaccurate can I get without getting too inaccurate? Because I'm trying to stay true to the game, but also just make sure that it works properly. That's kind of where I'm a little bit struggling right now. Push you up an entire block. Hello, Sammy. 5-hour work building FNAF 1 in Minecraft and console. Insane. Sounds like a fun time. Give him black cape, hoodie built, and a purple tie, and he has his weapons. Nice. Making the dart. Really, really efficient, Gomga. You restart when you die, so it doesn't save. It's me and a random person. Sounds like a fun time. So you're just repeatedly going Eclipsed Rend. Why Eclipsed Rend? I have to ask. That'll be my follow-up. Fire truck. Okay, now that that's been solved, I can trim you down another block because I said so. And then how is that? You're on the edge, which is okay. I would like another block, but I'm not gonna fret that. Yeah, I'm not really gonna overly concern myself with that. Let me just confirm this again. Okay, yeah, I mean, I could, in theory, take another block if I wanted, but I'm gonna try to not. That is the Red Robin logo. And that C-form was the black and white wall, so you had to build a white square and map it on an item frame. Oh, that's painful. Yeah. Those checkerboard walls are brutal. Okay, how can I change that? See, but like it's not supposed to be symmetrical, so like no. Like maybe, but no. That I think is more what I'm wanting. And then everything beyond this is flat. I think at this level, right? Am I correct on that? Yeah, because it's a block up. Yeah, okay. That's cool. And then I'll actually just make like a couple rows going out just to prove that point that it's flat in case I leave for now and then come back and be like, what was I doing? Well, not right now, but you get the point. So let's actually work on this though for a little bit of time because obviously Nathan was doing it before and you know, it is nice to get my own hands on it as well and just kind of deal with some of the jank of this room and the jank of what I've caused myself. This would be such an easy project if you didn't have to connect everything to everything else, right? Like, what's actually making this annoying for me and frustrating is that I make one area a little bit different scaled, and then I take a month break, and then when I come back, I don't have that scaling in my head, so I make it different scaled again. And you know what that generally does. That doesn't end good. It just ends with everything being scaled differently than everything else, and you just have a really unfortunate product. It isn't always necessarily the worst. Like, it can work sometimes to change that scaling, but in a situation where everything is connecting to everything else, yeah, no, it's just not. It's not good. So there's definitely going to be a lot of parts in this project that just don't line up, and that's kind of something I've accepted. As long as I can get it to line up enough to where the room fits, it doesn't matter. I just need to make sure I can get most of the details in. Creating the Playtime Code logo of a hole. Does it? Which build are you talking about? Before I... Yes, RN, actually, and hello. But which, like, build or which area are you talking about so I can at least try to mentally figure out what you're referencing specifically? That's not out of the ordinary though, Peter. See, that's kind of where you're like you're wrong. Where? What am I looking at? What is this? Oh, I'm gonna go insane. Okay, so is that slanted? It looks slanted, but it might just be my eyes deceiving. No, that's definitely slanted. Is it? Excited about building so many things. Yippee. Can I can't get far enough because of the stupid counter. Wait, I can go to the other side, can't I? Because I can go behind the counter here. Can I? Wait, the other curtain's open, so yes I can. Well, that's because we're not in a public one most of the time anyway. Okay, no, it is flat. It is flat. But it is cut off at the back, which is this side. So, can I get over the counter? I can't just get back over. That's good. Strip mangrove on the inside. Which, do I want to make that the lower row of the two? Or do I want to go inside and then have the frog legs stick out. That might make more sense. Not in my server, you don't. Maybe in your own server. Is in Russian or Britain? Is he either? Like, a genuine question. Is he either of those? Lived in Utah? Not Utah. I don't know what I have against Utah. Literally nothing, but... Germany for a time. This is unnecessary ammo. No, it's very necessary, trust me. Even though I'm not the one saying it. I have new respect for Mr. Peterson, Germany is epic. Yeah, we can put all of the all of the various crimes behind us. Good job for living in Germany. Ravenbrooks is Missouri, if I remember correctly. But I could be wrong. Potemko and Tears were on the ground. Oh lord. Good luck, soldier. That's really unfortunate. Is it above that? It's like 2 blocks above that. This thing is way too tall, I think. But like, what would I change? Because it'd only go 1 block down, in theory. That is how you spell it. Gomgiger, right? And RN. Congressman in Russian. Wasn't it like the Alphas was or something? And then they changed it to dyslexia, basically. I don't know how else to put it other than to just blatantly say that, so. Can I live with this being a little bit tall? It's fine. Can I push that down? I can push it down 1 block. Should I? If I can structure block it, yes. Because I don't feel like actually manually doing all that. I mean, I'll definitely do the back manually, but that's fine. I just blanked out as I was trying to figure that out, and it just, like, never clicked. It, like, took, like, 16 minutes to just figure that one out. Even though it was not that long, but besides it... Well, it's not... Oh, right. Because it's cut off. And then... Can I do 3 per chance? Barely, but yes, I can. I also have to get rid of this guy. And make that mangrove. Which would also mean placing a frog right there, actually. Boom, 1 block really saved me. Played 50 hours of Lethal in the last 2 weeks. Good lord. Only the alphas were Russian. It was supposed to be that, but they changed it in the books. Like, the Where it took place, you mean, RN? Living in misery is a metaphor for living with the misery. That's so true. So very true. Oh my god, we found the secret Hello Neighbor look. Knock like that. Good night, Beaks. Wee. I'll put banners on the sides. Yo, I got all. Did I get them all actually? Oh, I got an extra one. I missed the bottom. I guess. No, I guess I'll just go one because I wanted to cut off before the walls down there. So. Ah, not again. The banners are attacking. The rest of the full game took place. I'm not sure if the books busted the theory. But like, I feel like they would have kept it in Russian, no, at that point? Even if it was still translated to the something that doesn't make sense, like, I don't see why they would change it twice like that. There's a light in here. I don't think it's on, but it's there, so. Just gonna do that. Boom. Brilliant light. Put so much effort into that. Dyslexic Russian, yes, my favorite language. Totally a real one. What even are these? Okay, well I know they're like cables, but they look weird. How do I make them? That's a really good question. I could do like the bottom of a bee's nest. Bottom of a bee's nest with a black stone button. That's a lot of bees. You should actually. Watch you just be like, I don't know. Kind of funny. Okay, now it's time for the fun part. You know what that is? Copy paste, but I like wasting time, so I'm doing it manually. I have to copy all of this to the other side. It's gonna take a little bit. Thankfully, I already have this really useful magenta. I'm just kidding. It's not even useful. I almost just said magenta terracotta, which is not what it is, in fact. How many buttons did I place? Precisely two. Maybe we're the dyslexic ones. RN. There's extra geometry. What? Why? It's literally... Okay, everything is the same, except the curtains are open, obviously. The ceiling texture has changed over the doorways. And there's like an extra bit of geometry that just goes through the center, which I'm probably not going to add because... It's like... It doesn't stick out a ton. It's definitely there. Gray, and then it'll be, what, a gap of 4, I think? And then magenta, and then it should be that. I want to confirm that it is 4 diagonals. It might actually only be 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's only 3. Wait, no, is it 4? 1, 2... Yeah, okay, it is 4. Okay, it's 3 additional, but it's 4 in total. And then 4 again. You know, I was going to say, surely this is symmetrical, right? But it would be regardless because of... Obviously, if this is centered in the room and that's centered there. I know that's centered on the atrium, so... Unless I made some absolutely catastrophic mistake. But we're about to find out, I guess, if I did. Again, Braille was so weird. A Russian guy watching Spanish TV. But looking like an English gentleman. That's... Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. That's weird. Hello, neighbor logic. Let's go. Okay, and then the counter would be there, which would mean I'd have pearlescent frog lights on top that stick back a row, it was? If I remember correctly, according to my lack of a calculation. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't feel right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I miss a section of that? I might have. I think I did. Yes, I don't know why I did it like that. I ended on the oak wood, but I didn't go far enough. Good lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the back pearlescent frog light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? But that's different there. Hold on. Because I think that was just a result of that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. And then it's in line with the spruce and backup block. Which is just in front. Well, I'm a block off. Oh, I guess it's 6 forward. Never mind. That's why. Cool. That doesn't mean it's symmetrical, which is good. I really wouldn't have had any doubt otherwise, but like... Also, you do never know, because there's always the chance that I absolutely make a catastrophic failure somewhere, and it all goes downhill. Speaking of... That's weird. Okay, so the wall doesn't slant here. Which makes a right angle. Four panels. 2. Take it or leave it. Hello, professional Jukerson. Okay, and that should still line up with the other one, I hope. But that also doesn't slant. So it's like... It's the same, but it's different. That's very weird. But also that indicates something is also going on with the... I can't see, brilliant. But I know where I am on that, so... Looks about right. Wait, hold on. So I'm looking at the elevator right now. Okay, I'm just trying to get my bearings here. That one is about there. That one is... See, like, this is where... There's obviously a problem, because this wall should be, like, double this, nearly. Even if it's 2 block segments, it still should be close to double, because 2 block segments would go... Where would it go? Let's see. It go to there. Go to the other side of that doorway, which is not right. Did I get like 2 blocks out of that? I might be able to. Because I might Mm-hmm. I don't want to push that back anymore because then it's going to be in line with that, which I don't want. God, there's always that one point. Like it goes well for a good amount, and then just everything collapses at once from one little wall, and I don't know what to do about it. Could absolutely shift that forward. Even if it's just by a block, like... I could just say frick it and just go for it, whatever, you know? It's not all that big of a deal, I don't think. And thank you, Yellow Whale. Okay, that is all the same, right? Am I on the right side? I don't know if I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's all the same. Other than that weird piece of geometry that isn't actually important enough for me to do anything about. So, yeah. Doesn't exist. In my mind, it's not real. This part is where it goes out, but I need to make sure I know the height, or at least the distance out. I'll just do that, yeah, 3 out. Because I can diagonal it down from there, and it doesn't really matter. To here, man, and then I just have to do a bunch of diagonaling, if that even is a word. What do I do about that one? Okay, yeah, never mind. I stop at the doorway, which is fine. It's not particularly special in any way. At least sort of. I do, but I don't stop at the doorway. Okay, that geometry is somehow important. You can't be serious. Well, okay, no, I can go without it because I just need to know where the top is, which is at eye level right now. Just right here, yeah, and then magenta would go across here, and is that where it would end up? Yeah, that's where the ceiling would be. If wedges were in Minecraft? Like, what do you mean specifically with wedges, though? Like cheese wedge? Like, I know you mean like a wedge block or something, but specifically what, I guess? Geometry used in a video game? Uninstalling, yeah, exactly. Cannot have any of that here. Only if it's nice geometry, though. I like mean geometry. Like this. This is just mean. I don't know. I feel like if they actually installed a building like this, there would be some code violation, surely. Just with the way this is assembled, like something's gotta be illegal here. Such a weird thing to say. Something's gotta be illegal here, like, I don't... But I mean, it's true. Already a health code violation with Clarmark Tree. Okay, but ignoring like the animatronics, I'm talking about the structure of the building itself. Told someone in Minecraft server what's 99 times soon you got banned. You got banned for asking a math equation? That's crazy. 2 hour mark soon? True. And I've been working on prize counter for the entire 2 hours. You'll love to see it. That is not something that normally happens. Normally it's like 15 minutes and I'm like, eh, kind of bored now. I've been something secret. I can't tell you what because I would ruin the surprise, or I guess anything. But you know, I've just been working on some testing, some stuff. I guess I'll say, and then I've gotten like up to 2 hours almost straight of working on it. Working on it a bunch this morning. I don't even know how long it was, but it was a while. That's pretty circular if you'd ask me. Yeah, it's because you can't answer at our end. Obviously. And you're embarrassed that you don't know the answer to a simple equation. What's 5 times 3? I hate, like... Like, what am I trying to say here? I hate the, like, not... I don't want to say difficult math, but, like, the later on math, like geometry and stuff like that. I despise geometry. There is nothing that kills my soul more than having to solve a geometry question. 20? Yeah, so close. One minus one? Oh no. My arch nemesis. The subtraction. Treasure works again? Nice. You just had to like... What'd you do to it? I'll ask you that. Where did my fence go? Who stole my fence? Fence thievery, fence thievery, fence thievery. How high does it go? I'm gonna say that high. Okay. You ate it? That's not really particularly nice. Although payload does look edible, I will be honest. Like, all right, let's get distracted here. It's about that time of the stream, I think, to where we become unhinged. I'm gonna let's talk about each wood and how edible they are. This is such a just stream thing. Yeah, we'll include mosaic just for fun, because it might be different. Oak is not. Oak does not look edible. It looks like... If I had to compare it to a fruit, it'd be like bread. But like bread I wouldn't want to eat. Or like pancakes. I still don't think I'd eat it though. We'll get there. We'll get there. And spruce? It like... It almost reminds me of fudge, but like... If somebody made fudge really bad, like just terrible fudge. Birch reminds me of white chocolate a little bit. I would eat birch. I would not eat jungle. What am I looking at? I don't think I'd eat acacia either. Dark oak, yeah, it does look like chocolate. That does look pretty edible. This reminds me of an M&M. Mangrove reminds me of like an M&M, or I don't know. 10 out of 10 would eat. Cherry? I would also eat cherry, yeah. It's like gumdrops or something. Pedlock might be the most edible one. I don't know why. Like, it just you know, it's like a little bite out of it. Like styrofoam or like a marshmallow. I guess styrofoam is not edible, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't shove it in my mouth. Bamboo. No. It's like chewing on a plastic straw. Cherry is the name? True. Crimson? Yeah, I need crimson. Crimson's got like that color. Warped I would not eat, I don't think. That looks just bad. Looks like algae or something. Dark oak and pale oak are types of chocolate. I feel like pale oak is too white to be even white chocolate. White chocolate has a slight off tint to it, I feel like. I'm not probably going to change it now, Yellow Whale. I definitely think there's more you could add, but I'm content with what I have with it. Because I did want to keep Make a Friend open to it, you know? Which is why I didn't really do much more on that side, because I wanted that window. But absolutely, you could add probably really whatever. I just kind of wanted to get creative, but again, left side I didn't go as creative, just to so I had most of that wall there. Because I didn't want to have like a small room off of it either, because I would just kind of line up weird with the way Make a Friend is positioned anyway. Warp looks and sounds like fungus. That, yeah, pretty much. Where did my trapdoor go? Everything is being robbed right from my hands. Could I? I could. I definitely could. I'm gonna do a /full command. It's gonna kill, or it's gonna cut off the dome, but I'll just have to fix that manually. It's not a huge deal. There? Yeah, there. Yeah, it's saying that's enough Minecraft, I guess, RN. I've been, like, lagging insanely in Poppy Playtime recently. I don't know why, or in, I guess, MHH. Really only with Poppy Playtime, but I mean, I guess chapters 1, 2 in the forest is pretty rough to try to load all of that in at the same time, because I think it's all within my, not all of it within my simulation distance, but all of it within my render distance. And, you know, that is a lot of blocks and stuff. So, you know. Hello, Georgie bro. Sorry, I just, like, didn't see that. I don't know why. I just, like, skipped over your message. Like, yep, nope, that's not important. But I'm now outside of the prize count. How do I get out of the atrium? Oh, wait, there's an area down here. Yes. I got there eventually, I guess, at least. That's better than expected. What do you know bamboo wood? I really probably wouldn't care that much. I would just use oak for yellow. Oak or birch. I like oak more for, like, gold, because it... Obviously, bamboo is better, but... Oak does still work well. For that. Yup, that's how circles work. What the hell am I looking at? Oh, it's because of that. Okay, never mind. Is it fine? Should it still do that, or should it be more of a circular shape? Do the back and then decide. It's not gonna stay like this. This is just me kind of roughing out about where it should be. Because I feel like it makes sense to go 4, 5, 6. I feel like it makes sense to go add another block. Should be a triangle. You should be a triangle. How about that? That works, I think. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't, let's be honest. Okay, and then for the front, I guess I should go to the other side, because this one's gated up. Oh, no. That's good to know. That's really good to know. High school game macro, we invited someone, they blew it up. That sucks. I always, like, advise whenever you're inviting people to make a copy or something. Because you do never know. It could even be something as simple as them leaving a door open that just screws up everything, you know? But that does really suck. 3, 2, and then just 3 1s after that. And, I mean, it still lines up, so, like, I'm not really concerned about that. That's fine. That what? Something's a little bit amiss there, I think. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm just stupid. That's what's amiss. My brain is what's amiss. 2-hour mark. Yippee! I love FNAF movie and game fan. Yeah, like, that's so tall. It goes higher than I mean, the dome doesn't go out anyway. Probably. I would consider betting my money on the fact that this doesn't lead to the actual sky. But still, I don't know. I feel so short. Do you know, though, Nathan? Do you? Two down. I got away with 1 down, but 1 down doesn't help, I don't think. I mean, okay, well, it does help. Anything helps, but... Would 2 down, like, save the day, perchance? No. I mean, I could honestly just do this. That's 1 down there. Like, boom. That does make it... I mean, it doesn't make it even, but it makes it line up. Which it shouldn't. It should not line up. However... Thank you, Aaron. That is so true. See you later, Georgie Bros. What should you buy? Like a tub of ice cream. That's a good investment. Nathan and good at math do not belong in the same sentence. Sorry, Nathan. Sick. Just what I wanted. I mean, I figured I would do that. That wasn't like a shock to me. How would you, like, I guess to kind of respond to Yellow Whale's comment, how would you guys feel about just like a stream where I just showcase older builds, so like do map tours and stuff? Because I do think that would be a good idea. No, it took my lights. No, it's so over. You're gonna get pushed down another block, I think. Wait, what? That's, oh wait, I put you down half a block. That works, I guess. And then I'll go a row back, and then I'll go down here again. Hello, Scooby. Ask away. Okay. Well, seeing as our Chapter 2 is still actively going on, that is technically speaking more tutorials, but I'm not entirely sure what the general plan is right now after Chapter 2. I can't really say anything either way. So just you can get through Chapter 2, and then I'll know something by then if there's more. But it is kind of hard to know at this point. What? Oh, the show structure board there. Didn't break that one, apparently. I am confined into the elevator. Okay. Now that that is a little bit lower, we can revisit this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I even push this up a block, it wouldn't be square anymore. Is that fine? I can live with that, yeah. Just open it up a little bit more. See you later, Aaron, and thank you. Enjoy your movie. I mean, there comes a point to where you're gonna finish everything you can on a particular project, and I mean, like, I'll keep going with Poppy Playtime as long as I can do this stuff, but I mean, you know, eventually I'm sure I'll run out of things. The game will finish, and I won't really have any other things I at least want to tackle, so there's not really a point right now to where I'm like, you know, but I think it is generally more a question of videos overall rather than a specific topic of video. Because the topics that I have right now people enjoy, and I'm not going to rip off of those and hit you with some that you don't like. Hello, Vincent. Nice. I am still kind of like conflicted with myself about building LN3. Like, I really do want to when it comes out. I'm just not sure how logical that will be. Chapter 2, so I left a pinned comment and I have mentioned it on a couple of community posts. But the comment was on the part 18 of chapter 2. There'll be some stuff between segments that'll break that up, just so it's not everything consecutively, but yeah, you should be getting more of those soon. I think it's like the 23rd, it's like a week from today, I think? Or whatever, something like that. And I don't have any statues right now, but I do want to make some more. At some point, whenever I can get around to wanting to do that, because I just haven't really been in the mindset to do statues. I don't know why. I don't know how to get back into it either. I'm kind of there with city builds too. I'm just like not mentally in the mode to build anything, but good luck, Vincent. So some roleplay, pretty epic. Yeah, I think it's hard to say more abandoned because, like, obviously the facility is already abandoned, but, like, yeah, I guess you have a point to where, like, there's power on and there's a lot of things that make it seem not necessarily abandoned. It's almost like that ghost town vibe to where, like, everybody's gone, but at the same time it looks like nobody's gone, you know? Yeah, I think I'll end after we fill in some ceilings and stuff. That's a good point to end. But I think this is another one of those episodes that really, I think, hopefully makes you guys, or shows you guys why I dislike this project sometimes, because, like, I've eternally screwed everything. It's just bad. It still looks good, and you might not notice it off of, like, a glimpse that things have just gone horribly, but they definitely have, and as I've been building it, I've seen that more and more, and not entirely a ton I can do about it. My original. Chapter 1 or 2 or both? Garbage and Ruin is basically a huge enough build that is bigger than a city. I wouldn't say bigger than a city, but yeah, they're pretty big for sure. Aperture Science. Both? Nice. Also, Baldi's Basics tutorial. That'll be a fun one. I mentioned that earlier too, but I might show that at the end before I officially end. I don't know if I'll show the whole thing, but I'll just kind of explain what's going on with it. That should be a nice short one. Like, I'm gonna say, what would I compare it to? Like, maybe Ban Zero length? Maybe a little bit shorter than that, because it's not a huge map, but it is larger than you would think. One question, what day will Chapter 1 revamp come? So, I do plan on doing a tutorial on it. I don't think that's entirely surprising, but I'm thinking like it's a little bit ways away, because my order right now is Batum is what I'm currently working on. Then as I'm kind of still doing chapter 2, it's Playtime Co Exterior, and then I think I want to do Baldi, and then I think it'll be like I have Neighbor Case still. I have, what was the other thing that I just had in my head? I have Indigo Park still. So I think chapter 1 will be probably after chapter 2 is at least done recording. It might upload first, but it'll be somewhere between like Baldi and Indigo, I think. Indigo is like the far out one right now that is for sure getting tutorialized. Obviously, if you include Frankie in that list, then Frankie is further, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll show Baldi real quick before we end. Give me a second. The mystery button. So here it is. There's a little school bus with the random green wall behind it for some reason. But yeah, there's the size of the map, and it also does have the, okay, the floor is brought out, so it's a little bit annoying. But it has the basement underneath. So yeah, it's finished entirely. I was debating adding, like, ceiling lights, but they don't particularly seem placed anywhere. They just seem very sporadic, so I'll show you... The only thing I actually haven't done, which I might just do real quick, honestly, is the entrance into the basement. Which classroom is that? I think is it this one? I don't think so. No, it's... It is this one! It's right here. But so, like, what am I feeling for this? Because then I can, like, truly say that it's done, you know? Let's get the swirls going. I remember what it looks like. I just don't know how I want to do it. I could even just do, like... Like that. Maybe even... Brilliant. Looks amazing. I might change it later, but that's just kind of what... I had an idea, and then it slipped. I don't know where it went, but, like, you know, here's all this. And yeah. That's Baldi. Overall, fairly happy with it. Okay, well, it was there. I heard me step on, and I was like, wait, did I just break something? And I did. There's an exit over here. Actually, this doesn't have a back to hub. I should probably put back to hubs in all of these, but whatever. I want to go back to the hub before I leave. Just so I'm there. Nice. And yeah, we're gonna end there. Nice to get this started. Obviously not an insane amount of progress, but like we have walls, which is more than we had 2.5 hours ago. So yeah, thank you all so if you guys did enjoy this video. As I have mentioned, there is a Twitch stream tonight. It's probably just gonna be like Rocket League or Repo or something. I'm not really sure. One of the two, I'm thinking. And right, I'll probably do Rocket League because it's a Wednesday. Anyway, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.